are structures or buildings with lower degree of effects on the environment as opposed to conventional buildings. Conventional building causes negative environmental impacts such as decrease in the ecological capacity of the site and its surroundings, excessive emissions of contaminants, and energy extraction, said Sitanggang and Susanto. We must protect the world for our future generation, and to overcome these issues, the green building concept has been adopted. In Malaysia, the number of green buildings is gradually increasing from day to day, as many developers have aware of environmental sustainability. However, there are a few factors that developers always hinder when implementing green building, such as higher initial costs. The respondent from the World Green Building Trend Market in the 2016 report shows that the higher initial costs are described as the biggest challenge in green building development. There are two objectives for this study. First objective is to identify the government incentive for the developer of green buildings. Second objective is to observe the perceptions of developers toward the government incentive for green building development in Klang Valley. The scope of this research is related to the developer in Malaysia, especially the one that has experience in developing green buildings in the Klang Valley area. Government incentive is one important part of green building development. Government incentive is a government effort to provide support and encouragement in the development of green buildings. There are two kinds of green building incentive, which are external and internal. The external incentive is a forced choice in which beneficiaries must meet certain requirements or conditions before receiving benefits from the government, whereas the internal incentive allows beneficiaries to be incentivized voluntarily due to the appeal of green building benefits. In Malaysia, the government offers the following incentive such as pioneer status, investment tax allowance, exemption from payment of import duty and sale tax, and stamp duty exemptions. Different countries have adopted various rating systems to determine if a green building complies with particular requirements or standards. The rating tools also encourage the development of green buildings. There is a leadership in energy and environmental design (LEED) in the United States. The Building Establishment Environmental Assessment Method (BREEAM) was established in the United Kingdom, while in Malaysia, one of the green building rating tools is the Green Building Index (GBI). In Thailand, Thai Green Building Institute has been created (TREES), which is Thai's rating of energy and environmental sustainability for the rating tools. The act or skill of knowing something through one's sense, ideas, or understanding is known as perceptions. Every developer or person has a unique perspective on government incentive. Some of them believe that the government incentives are helpful, whereas others have other opinions on that. In this research, the quantitative method is used to study the perceptions of developers towards government incentive and the most beneficial incentive for the developer that develop green buildings in Klang Valley, Malaysia. The data that has been collected from the questionnaire will be analysed using statistical package for the social science (SPSS). SPSS usually used by many researchers for complicated or complex statistical data analysis. Next, from the software, Chromebox alpha variability analysis, frequency, and descriptive analysis will be generated. The result of this survey is highly depending to the questionnaire. The data gathered is used structured questionnaires close-ended with a Likert scale. The questionnaire is divided by three sections, which consist of demographic information. At section A, the government incentive that encourage the developer in green building development at section B, and the perceptions of developer towards government incentive at section C. The population criteria encompass developer team members that have experience in green building development in Klang Valley. Currently, there are 128 registered green buildings under Greenway. The respondents were quantity surveyors, project manager, and other developer teams in green building development. The researcher used the random sampling for the respondent who might participate in this survey. In this study, the number of population is over 120, so 92 respondents were chosen. according to the table of Krejci and Morgan. Cronbach's alpha reliability analysis. The result shows that the respondents are capable of understanding each questionnaire questions. The reliability results in section B and section C of questionnaires shows that alphas 0.715 have an acceptable level of internal consistency among the items, which is more than 0.70. According to this table, the data demonstrate mean scores for all government incentives. According to the data, tax and stamp duty exemption that incentive provided by the government showed a high level of the mean score, which is 3.41, followed by incentive of exemption from payment of import duty and sales tax, which is 3.28. Next, pioneer status ranked at 3 with a mean score 3.26. And lastly, investment tax allowance ITA ranked at 4 with a mean score 3.21. The result shows that the government incentive that most benefit or encourage the developer are tax and stamp duty exemption. So the government can take this to improve the incentive and various more disincentive. According to this table, the data demonstrate mean score for all developers' perceptions. According to the data, the perceptions of the developer feels motivated to build a green building showed a high level of the mean score, which is 3.34, followed by the perceptions of the developer depends on the government incentive with the mean 3.29. Next, the perceptions of the government incentive give benefits to the developer ranked at 3 with a mean score 3.26. And lastly, the perceptions of the government should provide more incentive ranked at 4 with a mean score 3.06. The result shows that with government incentive, the developer feels motivated to build a green building. It will cause the number of green buildings in Klang Valley increase. According to the findings, tax and stamp duty exemptions are the government incentive that benefit or encourage developers the most. Therefore, the government can use this to increase and improve the incentive. Former Prime Minister Datuk Seri Najib Razak also declared 100% tax exemptions for owners of GBI certified buildings for additional expenses invested to acquire green certifications. The development of green building also increased. The outcome demonstrates that the developer is motivated to construct a green building supported by government incentive. The number of green buildings in the Klang Valley will rise as a result. The United States also agreed that a significantly higher number of green buildings were built there because incentives for LEED certified multi-unit residential projects were made more accessible. Achievement of research objective. For the first objective, to identify the government incentive for the developer of green buildings, in the second chapter of this research has been concluded that this objective was achieved through critical analysis in the literature review. The government incentive that have been discovered from the previous studies were pioneer status, investment tax allowance ITA, exemption from payment of import duty and sales tax, and tax and stamp duty. All of these indicated government incentive were used in section B of the questionnaire. For the second objective, to observe the perceptions of developers towards the government incentive for green building development in Klang Valley. The perceptions of developers toward the government incentive for green building development in Klang Valley was achieved through a questionnaire survey that has been distributed to the developer or any individuals that involved in green building development as respondents. The identified perceptions of the developer were used in section C of the questionnaire. The area of study about government incentive for green building construction may be expanded in future research. First is critical success of government incentive in green building development. This topic is important to ensure the success of government incentive in green building development. The successful procurement of green building projects is aided by government assistance in the form of rebates on energy-saving measures and minor grants for purchasing renewable energy system. Second is lack of government incentive for green building development in Malaysia. This study can help the government or any parties involved to understand the problem of government incentive from the developer or any user. From that, the government can take actions and also do some improvement for any incentive.